Okay. And then number 2, do not sleep during the virtual lecture. This virtual lecture will be recorded and streaming into YouTube. So if you sleep in this event, you will be watched by a lot of students in Universitas Negeri Semarang. And then number 3, question can be asked by chat menu, or if you want to discuss directly with our guest, you can raise your hand and ask your question directly. And number 4, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel at Prodi Kesehatan Masyarakat UNES. Number 5, in the end of virtual lecture, it will be informed the URL of e-certificate issuance. So do not leave the Zoom. And then the last, the link is active for only 60 minutes after the virtual lecture is over. Okay. That is our rules for participant. And then we know that UNES virtual lecture always present lectures from various universities in the world who have expertise in their field. So it's today. Before we start the activity, has joined with us lecture for Department of Public Health. There are Mrs. Berta Kalswahirmawati from Health Promotion Concentration, and then Mr. Lukman Fauzi from Epidemiology Concentration, and then Mrs. Dina Nur Anggraini Ningrum. This is our lecture. Now she is study for doctoral degree in Taipei Medical University. And then there are our guests from Department from BKKBN and Dinas Kesehatan Kota Semarang. Thank you for joining with us. And then the Honorable Prof. Shabbir from Taipei Medical University. So before we start the activity, let me introduce our guest lecture. This is the curriculum vitae of Prof. Shabbir. Prof. Dr. Shabbir Syed Abdul, medical doctor, Master of Science, and Ph.D. He is lecturer in Graduate Institute of Biomedical Informatics, Taipei Medical University, Taiwan. And then this is his education background: medical doctor from St. Petersburg Medical Academy, Russia. And then Master of Science, Telemedicine and E-Health from the University of Tromsø, Norway. And then the Doctor of Philosophy, Health Informatics from National Yangming University, Taiwan. Okay. Thank you, Prof. Shabbir, for joining with us. This is our honorable and joyful moment. So this event will be divided into 2 segments. The first segment is presentation from Prof. Shabbir about multimedia system and medical application, and then the second session is discussion session. So Prof. Shabbir, the floor is yours. Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, thank you for having me here and allowing me to share my experiences on this very important topic of the role of social media. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, hope you see the screen. Can you reply? Can you see the screen?
Okay, we can see the screen.
Wonderful. So as you know, we are in this era of post-COVID, and that is the only reason why we are conducting all these activities of maintaining distance and still trying to find out some way how we can educate ourselves, because we cannot sit at home for longer time. So now social media play a very important role to connect the people from the distances. And obviously, there is good, bad, and ugly about the social media. And that is exactly what I am going to discuss with you and give some examples why it is good, how it can be bad, and how it can be ugly. So let's get started. Okay. So overview of social media. So to start with, although this is not a interactive discussion, but still I want you students to think what is social media, why it's important, why we are talking in context of healthcare, why we are talking about it in context of post-COVID. Then you will realize social media has changed the way we interact with the information. Before, if you need to know something, there were only two ways. Either you should ask your colleagues or your teachers, or you should go to library and know about it. Regarding health, if you want to know, the only person you can really know was your doctor. And it's not easy for you to go to doctor and ask, okay, doctor, I am having like a sore throat. Is it COVID infection or not? Right? Therefore, not from now, from last 10, 20 years, from the time the Google came into existence, people started Googling. Whatever you have, you just go and Google. So here is one of the example. There is like internet boom. It doesn't matter how, which country, developing country or developed country or super developed country, doesn't matter. Each and every population in the world has access to internet. Of course, there are some limitations. Maybe if you go to sub-Sahara Africa, they may not have, but I am talking about majority population of on the earth. So say out of 6 billion, almost maybe 5 billion for sure have internet connectivity. They go and access to internet. Even if they don't have at home, they can go to the internet cafe and go and access to internet. So this is how it is showing. See, by the end of 11, I'm talking about 10 years back, people worldwide was online. So imagine now, more than half, 80 to 90% of populations are already online. And this is just simple comparison between Uganda, a country from Africa, and Norway, which is the top country or richest country in the world. But still, you see, Google, Facebook, Yahoo, YouTube are the top internet web portals where people go and share information, find information, interact with the information. And this is what I am talking about, Dr. Google. Dr. Google is nothing but just you go and try to understand your health problems from online search. Just you go say, I am having sore throat, I am having cough, is this COVID? Then it gives all detailed information you need for knowing about the COVID. Because since now COVID is a hot topic, I will be talking, giving examples about the COVID so that you understand, okay, why I'm talking about social media and how it can be useful for us. You see, these are the different graphs showing survey showing sometimes often. So India, Russia, China were like top countries, and again this data is 10 years back or yeah 10 years back. So now things are totally different, much higher percentage. So instead of 40%, I can assume it will be 70 to 80, if not 90% in period of COVID, because everyone is scared. You know, every day I get so many calls and so many these things from my friends and relatives saying, I am having this, is this COVID or not? I am having this problem. do you think I should go and visit doctor? You see, this is like just so people often go and Google things and find the way. And again, you see social media, the perfect storm of health social media. So if you see how it's going high, booming in the Twitter and the YouTube regarding health content. This is all about health content. So where do you find information to make decision about healthcare? More than almost 50% of the people say, okay, I go to health website. You see, and very few goes to the news or family friends, only 30%. Doctors and health website, even health websites are higher than doctors, obviously, because internet is much easily accessible than a doctor. For a doctor, either you need to call, if unless he is very friend to you, like my friends, they will call me or they will ask me. If you don't have very good contact with friends in doctors, so what you can do is just go and Google. Even I ask them to Google first. If they don't find information, let me know, because obviously I don't want to talk things which are already available online. So let us start with the good things. What is good things? So without even thinking, the good thing is connectivity. The good thing is dissemination of the information. The good thing is accessible to population, even in rural area. These are the good things of the social media. Just you put one click, then every will know. All the people, doesn't matter whether they are in cities, whether they are in villages, the people know the information what you want to share. And there was a paper in Nature. Nature is like top journal in the medical field. And there they wanted to do predicting a protein structure with a multiple player online game. So these researchers started, there are two ways: either ask programming a computer to change the structure and come up with the more suitable structure for a protein, or start a game and ask people to play, and whenever they reach the perfect structure, the system will say, okay, this is the perfect structure to kill this bacteria or to fight with this virus whatsoever. Then they make a paper, and then you see they already put the folded players as one of the authors, because they contributed to the paper, so they put this as thing. And next comes patients like me. I don't know how many of you know about patients like me. I think, yeah, this is good. I see one hand raised. You want me to take questions right now? I will be more than happy to do that.
Okay, maybe you can continue your presentation first, Prof.
Okay, okay, then, okay. Then there is a website called Patients Like Me. It is like connecting the patients with similar diseases. And why we need to do that? Why we need to do that means, when a patient is there in your family, say with chronic kidney disease or chronic kidney failure. So what happens is, he will be suffering. Of course, you want to help him. You are his relative. Maybe you are the son, or maybe you are the father, or maybe you are the brother, maybe you are anyone. But definitely you are concerned. You are worried about your colleague, your family member. And doctor is worried about you. But the question number one is, nobody exactly feeling what you are feeling. Nobody feel the pain you feel. Understand? Imagine another patient with chronic kidney disease. Definitely he is also undergoing exactly same pain what you are going through. So is it good or bad if you connect patients with same disease? Let them share their experiences and let them share their pains, and discuss with each other and how to cope up with the diseases. That makes sense. So the whole purpose of this website is that they want to connect the people with same diseases. You can just go patientlikeme.com. It's there. And you will see, okay, if you want to have common diseases, okay, you will get so many people. But the problem comes with rare diseases, even cancer. Although cancer is not rare disease, but if a patient has, say, like prostate cancer, how often he can know have the friends with same problem? Very rare. But when he goes to website, he can find so many people from his city, from his street, even if possible, a region with prostate cancer. And then they can interact and they can have friendship and they can see, oh, okay, what you are doing, what medication you are doing, how you are dealing with that. Same thing applies for example, as I told, chronic kidney disease, because this disease has very particular things. You should not eat this, you should not eat that, you should not drink water. And then what the patient should do, how he will survive, that's the big question. Therefore, these websites play a lot of role. They discuss about the doctors, they discuss about the medication, they discuss about the procedures. In that way, they help each other. And the whom the patient trusts more is another patient. Only the reason, because both are undergoing same pain and both understand each other. Okay. Then comes another important website, Google Trend. If you guys don't know about Google Trends, you can just go to this website, because I see this is from Public Health Department, the lecture. So you guys are from Public Health. So just go here and check out what is Google Trends. You will understand, because it's very intuitive. You can, and I give one example of that. Google Trends is nothing but the search trend of Google. So people will know, the Google knows, because obviously it doesn't matter any part of the world. If you are going into Google, Google knows where are you from, what are you searching. So then they make a database of these searches, and only from search you can understand many things. Then I will show one example. There is in this recent, in March, April, what happened? President of US, Donald Trump, was propagating hydroxychloroquine. I know you are sure you heard about it a lot in the media, in the television, and maybe you were also one of the people who were interested in this drug. So then we try to capture how the public interest of hydroxychloroquine and BCG vaccine during COVID-19 pandemic happened. Actually, this is misinformation, because Trump is not a medical doctor. He had no idea what is hydroxychloroquine. He don't know what is COVID itself. But he wants to show people like he knows everything, and he even wants to promote this medication as prophylactic, which was totally wrong. Totally wrong. However, this has created new problems. Many people died just by taking hydroxychloroquine. And people started panic buying. That means they go just start buying. And the real patients who need these drugs were suffering a lot. See, no specific treatment recommended for COVID-19. Healthcare providers struggling to find appropriate treatment regime. Uncertainty in information tends to spread via trends to spread rapidly. Whenever there is uncertainty in information, people start disseminating misinformation, and they use social media for that. And medication misinformation spread through social media, panic situation, self-prescription leading to harmful drug effect. You see how bad it is. Then medication promotion and Google trend search. Promotion of hydroxychloroquine by Trump to treat COVID-19 in March. You need to remember this month, because I am going to show you Google Trend, how it shows the graph, and then leading to self-medication, panic situation, and shortage of this medication. Google Trend shows search in public interest in United States, Brazil, and India leaned towards hydroxychloroquine. Maybe a result of multifactorial such as political influence and media briefing on hydroxychloroquine in India and India and US. Maybe Indonesia was the same. I am not sure. See, Google Trend for these three medications I search: hydroxychloroquine, azithromycin, and BCG vaccine. And group A are the diseases where the COVID was very badly affected the people's life. That is United States, Brazil, and India. And you see in March, this is the March peaks. You see, March peaks. It's raised very high. And then in April, because these are the two times when Trump has promoted use of hydroxychloroquine, and you see very clear peak of these things, peak of the in Brazil, peak of hydroxychloroquine in India, and then comes these three countries: Taiwan, Japan, Korea, where COVID was much under control, I can say. Then you see Taiwan, they are more focused on BCG vaccine because there was another propaganda. Okay, if you take BCG vaccination, then you will be less likely to get severe COVID. Still, it is propaganda. We really don't know the reality. Then you see how clearly we can see what's happening. This is not only with medication, you can even see with the diseases, we can see with the symptoms, because whatever happening in the society, people go and Google it. As I told you in the starting of my lecture, if you have sore throat, you go and see, okay, sore throat. Then Google catch this. And how many people in this city are searching for sore throat, fever, headache, blah, blah, blah. They make a database of that. And Google Trends show you how the search trending is leading to. This is very important tool, especially for people who are dealing with public health and epidemiology, digital epidemiology, we call it. Then conclusion, inform people about adverse reaction and to advise them not to self-prescribe. This is what we suggested. Urge people not to self-prescribe, not to stock up hydroxychloroquine or any other tablets, as this could do more harm than good, and not to succumb to the opinion or assumption of political leaders or ubiquitous posts on social media. This is very important. Please don't listen to just political people, because they have no idea about medicine. They don't know what is hydroxychloroquine or what is COVID, what is the bacteria causing it or a virus causing it. Initiatives suggested by competent health authorities such as CDC to be followed. This is very important. Participate in preventive measures, very simple, such as social distancing, using face mask, and doing often hand sanitizing. This will really, really help you guys. Then CDC and prevention, these are the websites. They are promoting lot of tools for public this thing. This is just one example. How many people know about zombie apocalypse? That means a situation where this is zombie, what you are seeing in the image. Zombies are the people who eat human beings. Then the CDC says, okay, if there is such a situation, then people are killing, zombies are killing people, what you do? Then they say, okay, you need to prepare this, some of the supplies for your emergency kit. These are the emergency kit: water, backpack, radio, torchlight, phone, this light, and all this food, all those things. After saying these things, Then they will say, okay, whenever there is earthquake or whenever there is what to say, volcano, for example, in Indonesia, it's very often floods, volcanoes, and those things. These are the kits you need to keep prepared always at your home. Whenever these things happen, you don't have enough time to collect these things. Matchsticks, these are the details are there actually. Then they will convert. There is nothing to do with apocalypse, but this is really neat when there is earthquake or when there is volcano or where there is flood. You just take this back, then go out of your home to the safe place. Then this will help you a lot. This is how to make information viral. Because if you sit like this and say, okay, whenever you have problem, you should take this, you should take this, nobody will listen to you. But if you give like dramatic info, this thing saying, okay, there is zombie apocalypse, people are coming and eating you, then you will take very seriously those things. Although this is like false news, but this is purposefully we have done. So that is how you should make your information viral. Why people will get viral? You should create fear. You should play with emotions. You should attract their eyeballs. These are the three important things. If these things are not there, then people don't give attention. And precisely for these three things, people start talking all nonsense. It doesn't matter, you talk nonsense, but still it play with your emotion. People get attracted to it. Still it is nonsense. Still it's play with, they create a scare. Then still people will listen to you. This is how it works. Then there are a lot of content. If you just go and see how to make your information or your message viral. And there are challenge.gov where they give you prizes. If you make a video and so many people likes it or visits it, you get prize. So this was like past time, but I don't know, maybe still they are there. You can just go and check with challenge.gov. If they have, you can definitely participate. And another important thing is the health.com. I don't know how many people know about this thing. This is health.com where you can just go and first you need to register as a care provider. Then you can go and tick your place Healthmap. Yeah, this is called Healthmap. You can register and then you can go and tick yourself. Actually, the image which I am showing is maybe 2010, I suppose, when there was a huge earthquake in Haiti and Dominican Republic. Mostly this is Haiti and this is Dominican Republic. And I don't know if you remember, after earthquake, there was outbreak of cholera. At that time, they used this simple health.com, healthmap.com, I suppose. Then they started tracing where is the infectious point of cholera. Cholera, definitely, as you know, it starts with the water, contaminated water with what to say, sewage water. Then they need to see where is this leak happening. Then you see what to say, group of clusters where the disease was spreading. Then they went there and they stopped how to the spread of the disease. Same thing. I think this is very important tool. You can just go healthmap.com. You will know about those details. These are another very important these things. Yeah, and you can know about anything you want to search. And there are multiple apps available right now for COVID, for flu, for asthma. What you need to do is you need to what to say, download your app with the phone. Yeah, okay, you cannot see the phone. Then whenever, because in your phone there will be GPS. So whenever you go to the area where there is pollens, then the phone give you alert. Oh, okay, this is not good area for you. There is lot of pollution. There are so many apps available, so you can make use of that. That is also part of social media, of course. These are the all good things about social media so far I talked. So now let me talk something about bad things about social media. There are so many videos available which disseminate misinformation, bad information, inaccurate information, even harmful information online. Why? It's easy to spread. Whatever I want, I can spread. Number one, because now it's easy to spread information. And there is no rules, no regulations. I can just go to YouTube and talk all nonsense what I want. There is reasons why I am doing that. There is something called paid news. You know about it. So some pharmacy people may be interested to propagate their medications, which has nothing to do with the effectiveness. They just propagate. Use this, then you get cured. If you listen to so many things, there are so many people's general population. Whatever they see on internet, they think it like a Quran. They think it is 100% accurate, which is totally wrong. Please don't trust internet unless until you know the source of the information. If any company is propagating their medications, obviously it's advertising. You need to know reality of that. Only your doctor can say whether it is true or false. So don't become victim of this false propagation. I have done a research, you see, Syed Abdul, and we published this in Journal of Medical Internet Research, which is top journal in Internet of Medicine, where we try to see how misleading health-related information is promoted on YouTube videos. I am sure each of us will see YouTube often. And now what's happening? Now only we are not seeing Bollywood dancers or movies, but also we are seeing health information. There comes the problem. You get lot of misinformation. You see, anorexia is a problem actually, eating problem, anorexia. And you become so lean. Then people started saying anorexia is a lifestyle. Because usually females, teenagers, they don't want to eat because they want to be slim. They want to be skinny because that is fashion for them. They say like if they show this collarbone, then they are beautiful. In that way, it's very easy to, brainwash these teenagers, especially females. What is happening? These people, the females, they are go hyponutrition, underweight. In future, they want to get married and become pregnant. There comes the big problem. Their kid will be malnourished and have lot of health problems. But teenagers, they don't understand these things. And you see, drink a lot of diet soda, it tastes good and it keeps your stomach full. That means you don't need to eat nutritious food. You don't need to take vitamins. You don't need to take minerals. What will happen? You get into undernourishment. And there are a lot of videos with this type of skinny girls, lot of millions of views and millions of followers, shares. Those things I showed actually. This is what I showed. So for informative and non-informative, pro anorexia and informative. Informative means talking about accurate information. Although there are so many these things, but there's much more. Likes are much more in this thing, in pro anorexia thing. and dislikes are so less. You see, for informative, dislikes are high. This is very strange. People don't like things when you talk true. People like things when you talk rubbish or wrong. This is what we have assessed in top 20 most viewed anorexia related videos in YouTube. And we also worked with Flickr. Flickr was one app again where it posts only posters, no videos. And there also this type of Flickr skinny videos were gaining attention, and we found there is a group of people who spread this what to say persistently, and actually they want to do that. And these were the bad parts. And I'm not only talking about anorexia. You can find about many things. Now I will take example of COVID. You go and find, you see lot of videos, information about COVID. You drink this tea, you don't get COVID. You eat this, you don't get COVID. You do that, you don't get COVID, which is all wrong. Only you don't get COVID when you use face mask, social distance, and hand wash. These are the standard preventive measures. Other than this, everything is just propaganda and misleading information. Of course, maybe you can drink ginger tea or you can eat nutritious food that is good for your immune, but it doesn't mean it will stop you from getting COVID. That's how people market their products. So you should be very careful. Then comes to even bad part, which is ugly, that is anti-vaccination, which is very important. I want to insist each and every student, please target this. There are a lot of videos, informations on WhatsApp, on your Facebook, on YouTube, propagating vaccination. Now it is the peak time for vaccination of COVID. And there are so many people against vaccination, which is very bad. You don't just listen to them. And you need to ask right question to the people and disseminate right information, because now you are part of army who propagate healthy life and good health in the and better life for population. So you never should become prey or target of all this bad information. So you should be for vaccination. You should be for proper medications, preventive measures, which is propagated, which is disseminated by authorities. Because you see, anti-vaccination movement is not new. Even in 18th century, 200 years from now, people were saying, see, if you take vaccine, your hands will become like this, you will get horns, you will become this, you will become that. They were all anti-vaccine people. And this, so many people trust these people. That is the bad part. All common people don't know. They use religious people, they use some celebrities to propagate these things. Please, once again, I insist, don't get prey of this type of movements, this type of activities, which is very absolutely wrong. Whenever increasing access to internet-based information and unsubstantiated rumor about vaccine can rapidly circle the globe and undermine immunization service, sparking outbreak of disease and untold or preventable deaths. This is from WHO. So whenever it's easy to spread information, there will be a lot of misinformation rotating around the world in the social media. So please don't get prey of that. And there are both anti-vaccine movement and people with pro-vaccine, but we need to be very careful and work for the good betterment of the population, not for the prey of some company. Because you know why people do anti-vaccination? Because of pharma company. If you take vaccination, just one dose, you never get any more the disease. But if you don't get, you spend lot of money on medications to cure it, and many times. Very simple logic. That's why pharmacy people don't want to people get vaccines. They want people to get disease and buy their drugs. If you understand this, that's it. You never propagate anything anti-vaccination. Always you should be pro-vaccination, because vaccination helps you to develop your immunity and avoid you from getting disease. Very simple. And who is winning the battle? Of course, the people with bad news, misinformation, because they use, as I told, scare you, they use emotions, they use religion, they use all other things possible. And authentic people, they are like simple people, they are doctors, so usually they are old in age. People don't like to listen to them. People like to listen with music, with like all sound effects and all these things, but wrong. So this is what we want to know. That's why now we are engaging people, celebrities and all those things, so that people listen to them. If you guys know, the last five ex-presidents of USA are taking first vaccination, like Obama, Clinton, Bush, all those things, because just propagation. This is propagation. Once these political people take, then they create trust on common people. Then people say, okay, our presidents are doing, let us do. That is how it works. Again, these are about anti-vaccination. There are so many things because they work with the sentiments, they work with the emotions. That's how it, say, this is very huge problem. Other last things which I want to share with you guys are the MOOCs, because very soon you guys will be having opportunity to take again my course on artificial intelligence in healthcare. And MOOCs, why MOOCs? Because we give healthcare awareness, and we explore method for self-empowerment and engagement. And it is ubiquitous learning. Ubiquitous learning means anytime, anywhere. You see, since it is synchronized, all, like how many people are there now? Almost 111 people are there. You need to sit in your home or wherever to listen to me. But if I have recorded what I am talking now, you can listen to my talk whenever you have time. That's how it works. And widespread learners, because you will have millions of learners with this. And social learning. Social learning means when there are so many learners from various countries, because to my courses, usually there will be 50, 60, 80 different countries people are enrolled in the course. So when I talk about one topic, one will say, okay, in our part of the world, we do like this. Another will say, no, we don't have this opportunity, so we will deal it like this. So there is a lot of social learning happening with that. So very soon you guys will be learning about social media in healthcare, opportunities and challenges. So yeah, you can contact your department people. They will let you know when this course will be getting online. And at the same time, I have other online courses. Let's work with your department. So we will see how I can provide this content to you. So definitely we have published a paper on social learning, what I was talking about. And there I try to survey on health literacy about social media. And what is health literacy? Health literacy is, if you remember when I started my presentation, I talked, it is easy to find information. At the same time, I wanted to know, is it easy to judge, take decision with the information it's available? So what I did was this thing. Newly diagnosed, chronically ill, resource of wide range for the internet. So you can go to the internet and you get all this information about healthy people, about newly diagnosed, about chronically ill people. And survey in the course, online course, This course I am talking about, there were 4,000 people and about 20% of were responded to me, around 1,000 patients. And what I did was I asked 10 questions. 5 regarding assessing the information and 5 questions were about judging the information they find online. And we had all these things. So this is the basic results I got. So mostly they were from Europe, very less from 5% was from East Asia, 4% from Australia, all those things. And 50% were related with health related, medical related, health care related, and other were other things. And females were more than males, and how often they use internet is 10, that is mostly more most of the people were more often. If you see, to find information, almost 61% they say it's easy, only 40% were can't say and hard. Precisely only 14% say it was hard for them to find health related information. But coming to the judgment of the information, judgment means the capability of making decisions. You see information, do you really act on that? Then it was too hard. Almost 32 plus 30, 64 people, 64% of the people were saying it was not easy for them to take a decision on the information they get online. And only 36 people, it was easy. Maybe they were from health workers. And these were the detailed question to find, to judge the information. You see, to find it was easy. But when you add these two columns, which is can't say and judge, it becomes too high compared to this. This is easy. These two are can't say and hard. So it was too hard for them to judge the information they get. So what the findings? Finding information relating to symptoms and treatment, advantage and disadvantages of different treatment options, finding online information on epidemic, retrieving medication related, all these things were easy for them. And health consumers found it easier to search and find health information, but difficult to judge. Information seeks low health literacy and other related influence their evaluate and trust online information, because if you are not literally health literate, it's very hard for you to trust and act upon the information. Health literacy has been largely ignored and needs. What is health literacy? Knowledge about your health, and that too when you find online information. And GPs and quality stamps produced by health institution and NGOs can help to verify the information. That's what this. And this was another paper what we have published about COVID, how we can prevent. It's very easy. This we took from Taiwan CDC. This is for control disease. What we see was, okay, in Taiwan usually people started using mask and hand sanitizer, and right from that January, they didn't wait for April, May, June like other countries, and this lead them use face masks, diminish crowd in social places. They started social distancing, and malls were doing the temperature check and washing the hands, and what it result was reduction in common flu and other infectious diseases, not only in COVID. COVID was very low, but added to COVID, other diseases were also very low. Relationship between public awareness of COVID preventive and incidence of communicable disease tracked in real time. So you see, this is the results. This is the 5 years average of severe complicated influenza. And this is this year. You see, these are the number of weeks started from January 1st, first week, second week, these are the weeks. It's almost reached the zero. And same things for invasive pneumococcal disease. This is the 5 years average, upper one, gray line. And red line is 2020. So low, significantly low. And this is just because of use of mask and this is people even search face mask and hand sanitizer. You see the peak. It was so low in first 2 3 weeks, and here was the first case of COVID, and you see the peak. Everyone wanted to use face mask and sanitizer. Then slowly it's dropped. This is wonderful. So conclusion. So proactive participation help people for these two different things. Preventive contain COVID and also reduction of overall burden of communicable diseases. Definitely this was very fantastic. So I think, yeah, this is my email. You guys can contact me if you need. And I am now ready for questions. So I think I closed in time. So we have some time for discussion.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Shabbir, for the great presentation. Please give applause for Prof. Shabbir.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Prof. Shabbir, this is our meeting for we meet in ISPE, International Seminar of Public Health and Education. Maybe you don't remember me because you are as a speaker and I only as a participant.
I see. Okay.
And then this is our second meeting. So one thing that I can underline is more people access health information through social media. It can be good or it can be bad, like as your explanation.
True.
Okay, so we move to discussion part. Maybe there are some question from the participant in Zoom meeting. You can ask a question with chat or raise your hand to ask Prof. Sabir directly. Okay, we have 30 minutes for a discussion session. Okay, anyone?
Sir, I want to
Okay.
ask a question.
Yeah, too. Okay.
Good morning. Assalamualaikum, Professor. My name is Syed, and I want to ask a question. As we know, there are many websites, blog, or other social media like Instagram, Facebook, and etc. that give a lot of misinformation about health. How do we correct the misinformation to people who have read the misinformation? Thank
Very
you,
good.
sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. This is the common problem nowadays. So there will be lot of things available. As I told you, you just need to do two important things. Number one, you should see the source. Who is talking? Is it health authority? Is it from government? Is it from a university? Or is it from commercial company? You understand? That is one thing. And other thing is something called fact checker. There are so many fact check websites. So you can go and search for fact check website and type this thing there. That is one thing. Other thing, you can also just Google and see what's happening with this thing. Whatever information you want to verify, just go and Google. It's very easy way, and you get lot of information on that particular topic. Okay.
Okay. Prof. Sabir, maybe I want to ask for you too.
Please.
I have a little research about perception, mental health, and social media exposure on adolescent in Central Java. Let me share a little
Sure.
my research. Okay. This is about my research perception of mental health and social media exposure on adolescent in Central Java at COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay.
The
Okay.
result of the research is the social media exposure
Uh-huh. In adolescent
yeah,
pandemic.
effect on perception and stress.
Exactly.
Like you said before, we make dramatic information to make
True.
information of health to be viral. Okay,
True.
it is
So
okay to make people scary or scare about health information. It is okay or no?
it's no. If I understand, whoever wants to make the information viral,
Mm-hmm.
they need to play with your fear,
Mm-hmm.
scare, you make
Mm-hmm.
like stress, as you told, fear or emotion.
Okay.
So if it is there, so now how you fight against that? Fight against that is two different things. Either
Mm-hmm.
you should debunk.
Mm-hmm.
Debunk means you should come with correct information about that topic.
Ah, yeah.
Okay. Number two, you need to propagate right information. So there are many things. Actually, it's good. Recently, I got undergone a uh, infodemic manager training by WHO.
Mm-hmm.
Infodemic.
Mm-hmm.
Infodemic is nothing but virtual spreading of viral information or misleading information, like virus doing epidemic and causing disease. Infodemic also spreading wrong information and creating harm and panic in the public.
Mm-hmm.
So there we were taught like if you unnecessarily give some weightage to any news, even it is wrong news,
Mm-hmm.
if some newspaper take and publish that, see these people are doing wrong. So many people think that is right.
Yeah.
Understand? So
Yeah.
you should not propagate wrong information.
Mm-hmm.
You should not forward because most of the time we get in our WhatsApp messages, never forward things which are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Even you don't say wrong because you are giving chance for that to develop. Just ignore. If you ignore, it will subsidize.
Okay.
There are like many different ways. These are the few ways which I am talking to.
Mm-hmm. Because lies information that told over and over again will be considered as truth. Maybe can be
Exactly.
misinformation or misleading information.
Yes, yes. And one of the correct strategy is propagate right information.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why people, I told in my talk, why it's easy to spread misinformation? Because there is no correct, authentic information available. If you know God is one, you don't trust in many gods. Very simple. If you don't know about God, then whoever talk about God, you will try to obey that. You think, oh, okay, this is right, this is right. Same things happens everywhere. Unless until you have exactly correct information, then other things you don't follow if you know the right things. If you don't know the right things, it's easy to follow other things.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Professor. Maybe there are some question. There are any question for other participant? You can raise your hand or ask by chat.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
I
please.
want,
Okay. Febrian,
uh,
can
but
you turn on your video?
uh, something wrong with my connection because my connection is unstable, sir.
Oh,
So I
it's
cannot
okay. It's
open
okay.
my cam. I'm sorry
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
before.
it's okay. It's okay. 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 Mhm.
I want to ask you, sir, some a question for you. Uh,
Please.
if I become a provider of health information, how do I convince other people that the health information we provide is correct? Because sometimes people don't believe the information given to them.
That's very, very good question. See, number one, if you are professor or if you are, you don't even need to be a professor. If you are like in university, maybe researchers, okay, there should be motivation for you for spreading or debunking. If there is something wrong, you can, as I told previously, you should show right information. If you are saying this is wrong, you should show what is right. You just not keep on saying this is wrong, this is wrong. Then people will ask what is right. And number two, uh, of course, it's not your job to find information and try to what to say counteract with those things, because that is not your job. If something is same thing, if someone is talking wrong about you, what you do? You will say truth about you. No, this is not true. This is the truth. But if it is about the information, you need to just tell what is true. It's, you don't need to worry people listen to you or not. It's their problem. It's their problem, not your problem. Your what to say, your not even obligation is just to show truth. This is correct, this is what I know. Or you debunk, you show evidence saying, see, this is wrong. Without showing evidence, you cannot just claim this is wrong, this is wrong. Hope I answer your question.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Fabian.
Thank you, sir. So keep telling them even if they don't believe it.
That is their problem, obviously. You cannot, you see, you can bring horse to the river, you cannot put water in his mouth. He has to drink at the end.
Is enough, Fabian?
Yes.
Okay, okay, thank you. Maybe there are any question again?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
I want to ask
Okay.
questions, sir.
Okay. Budiarti.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it my audio clearly to hear?
Okay, okay. You speak
Yeah.
little bit louder.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, sir. My name is Putri. I'm from UNES. I want to ask some questions. For the first question is how we can access for your research result. Actually, I mean, it's too awesome for me for your research. And the second question is continuing question from Mr. Eva that health information for each age group actually varies and not all people want to access journal and then access
Good.
responsibility information, I mean journal. And the question is how we can make actually youth, because we know that youth always want to access viral information, but it's actually mean maybe it can be hoax or not. So what's your opinion or what your suggestion for us as promoter, how we can um, how we can make information, how information
I got
become,
your question. I got your
becoming, yeah,
okay.
becoming
Yeah.
interesting for youth.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
that's all for
Yeah.
information.
Number
Thank
one.
you.
Okay, okay. Let me answer you. The first question was access to my research, what I have shown you. So you can just write me email, or so one paper is already online. So you can just go and search the paper. You will get it. Otherwise, if you send me email, I will send you the paper. That's not a problem. And the second question you are saying, general people don't go and read journals and literature, medical journals, and how they can know the correct information. That's very valid question, and that is exactly what we are focusing now. There is something called community engagement. especially because in routine days, we don't need to do all these things. But when there are episodes, outbreaks like COVID, Ebola, or what Zika virus or dengue virus, we need to communicate with the community or the people at the bottom. These are general population. They don't have access to big internet or journals and all those things. So it's the responsibility of the government, it's the responsibility of health workers, it's the responsibility of the political people of that region to get into this population and give them the correct information. We call it community engagement, community empowerment. And there are different ways of doing that. There are, in some ways, the people send one guy, just he will be going around and shouting in the mic, disseminating the information. That is very routine rural area. Or you can just send SMS on the mobile phones with the correct information. Or you can talk with the religious people in Juma, and when they give the khutbah, they talk about health issues, how to behave, what to do, what not to do. This is called community engagement with religious people in church or whatever. I'm religious places because more people go there and whatever they say, they take it very serious. So we should use all channels, radio, newspaper, television, everywhere you should disseminate right information. Then only people will understand it.
Okay,
Understand?
sir.
Okay.
Yes. So
Uh,
how we can, sorry. So how we can to change your belief with some information that maybe they get the information from viral information from all social media in there. How we can change?
That's what I'm trying to say. You cannot change their behavior. Of course, they will go and they will get information from 100 different ways. But what is your job is to propagate correct information, right information. The more you disseminate right information, wrong information automatically goes down. People don't trust that because they know, okay, if a professor from my university is saying this, I should follow that. If Amil or if the person who is reading khutbah is taking me that, of course he will listen to him more than anybody else from social media and anything else. So we need to get to the people. We should reach the people. That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
mhm.
sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
Putri, maybe I want to add a little answer for how to access Prof. Sapir publication. You can access a Prof. Sapir profile in
say.
Google Scholar or ResearchGate or other platform. There are so many publication from Prof. Sapir. There are two type of publication: free access and closed access. For the
True.
free access, you can download it free, but for the closed access, maybe you can ask through email.
Yes,
So
I can do
you
that.
can.
No problem.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Putri. Okay.
Thank you.
Any question? Mm-hmm. Okay, Mr.
I
Lukman.
have time to ask the question.
Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Good morning, Professor Shabbir. Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum.
Nice to meet you again after ISP meeting. I don't have a, I think I don't have a question, but some opinion
Please.
from mine. I conclude from your presentation that statement from important people is able to dramatically influence people. For example, from Donald Trump, from the president, from public
True.
figure, or the influencer, the other influencer.
True.
So if this information is from this important people is true, it's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
But if the information is false or wrong, it can give a big impact to people around them.
That's the example I showed you, exactly.
Yeah. In Indonesia, Prof. Shabbir, the important people like community leader, like religious leader are very trusted people.
Exactly.
So the statement from them, from the religious leader, community people, community leader is very trusted, and always the people immediately trust the leader without having to check the correctness of the information.
True.
So if we will influence the common people overall, in my opinion, we can hold or influence the leader first. Is it my statement is wrong, or what about your opinion?
No, definitely. So if you reach these influential people, then you don't need to go to the common people. They will influence the common people. But in case if these influenced people are talking something wrong, or like Trump has done, then it takes more efforts to talk to this. We need to talk another more influenced people, many more influential people to say, no, this is wrong, don't do that. And you need to show evidence. You need to show the right these things. You need to debunk this information. So that's how it works. And same thing happened in US. He don't want to use mask. President don't want to use mask. After he himself got infected, he came and removed the mask, which is so wrong. He is a public figure. He should show people how to use mask. But this is his mentality. You cannot change his mentality, right? But they use other people, other presidents to propagate right things. So now Obama is doing, Hillary Clinton is doing, and Bill Clinton is doing. So now they are coming forward to propagate right information.
Okay, thank you, Professor, for the sharing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lukman. Any question? We still have 15 minutes for discussion. Okay, maybe via chat, or you can ask directly to. Okay. Maybe last question from me. I'm interested with info epidemic. Okay, I get information from Mrs. Dina that you get a certificate of participation on the
Yes.
first wave of infodemic management.
True.
I think it's concentration in health promotion.
Yeah. Exactly.
That training, how can I is this paid or not, or whatever? You explain me more about infodemic training, Prof?
This is a training conducted by WHO from time to time. And maybe very soon they may call for second round. So just you need to be aware and you need to apply for the course. Once you get selected, you need to send your CV and 4-minute video why you want to get into this core training. Once you
Maybe
get selected, it will be like 4-week training with all lectures and activities, all those things. And then you will be learning many other things.
there are specific specification or
No, anybody
requirement
can. No,
for join the training.
Anybody can get it. Anybody can enroll. The only condition is they need to select. So I think they will select. It's not big deal. So the only thing is you should be keep your eyes open whenever there is call. You just need to get into it.
Thank you, Prof. Shabbir.
Once again, Professor Eva.
Okay, thank you, Professor Lukman. No, it's a joke.
Okay. adding your information from, if we will influence the common people, we can hold or influence the leader first. What if the leader cannot receive our correct information? For example, they have a
Exactly.
own mind. They cannot receive the correct information from us.
You should get another leader. Seriously. No, because obviously there is not a rule that everyone should agree with you, right?
Yeah.
So, number one, you can provide him evidence. You just then told, say, this is this. But still, if you cannot convince, you should not touch him. You should go to another leader. There will be not just one leader, of course.
Yeah, because in Indonesia, religious leader, Islamic religious leader, for example, like yeah, who always teach in the mosque, is very
Yeah,
trusted people.
exactly. That's why I told, especially in Juma, it's very good occasion
Yeah.
to discuss about these public health issues. But we never do that. We never do that,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Okay.
And then the people get information from here and there, and they act on that. So that's the point.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prof. Sabir, for the great experience, for the great presentation, for the great discussion. I think it's enough for our virtual lecture, and I will give a certificate. Certificate of appreciation, and in recognition of outstanding contribution as a visiting professor. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope our collaboration will continue in other event, maybe in
We are having online courses already.
we
So
have
we are in,
online
yeah.
our online course for our student. Okay, thank you, Prof. Sabir.
Yeah,
This is a
welcome.
honorable meet you.
Welcome. Yeah,
Okay.
salam alaikum.
Take picture.
Waalaikumsalam.
Take
Okay,
picture.
take picture. Maybe the participant can turn on your video.
Yes, it is a waiting moment. Only take picture.
Okay, keep smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next 1, 2, 3. Okay, next 1, 2, 3. Yeah, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you for Prof. Sapir. Maybe you want to continue your activity,
Yes,
and
yes.
then
Okay.
okay.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Professor,
Bye.
for having you today.
Yeah. Salam.
Okay. Um, Thank you. And this is the last part of our virtual lecture. For closing, for the participant, e-certificate will be sent through email. Please you access that link in http gg garis miring ph.net. Please write your email address correctly. The e-certificate will be sent to your email address. The link is active for only 60 minutes after this webinar is over. Okay, so access that link from now. Okay, you can access that link on chat room too. Okay, one more time. Thank you, Mr. Lukman. Thank you, Mrs. Berta. Thank you, Mrs. Dina, and thanks for the all of the participants. We have done our virtual lecture today. See you again in the next time. Goodbye and good afternoon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I leave this room, Pak Eva. Yeah, guys, please make sure that your email is correctly. Some students in previous virtual lecture, they didn't write down the email correctly, so the e-certificate will not be sent to the email. Please make sure, for example, at students.unes.ac.id, students with S, some students without S when they are writing the email. Gmail like Jamil, Yahoo without double O, for example. Please make sure that your email is correctly right. Thank you.